Hello guys. So this is really funny because this is my first time recording my husband.
Yeah.
And this is so spontaneous because today is our
8th anniversary.
Yes, it's our 8 years anniversary. We've been married for 8 years.
Wow.
Like, oh my god.
That's a long time.
I know. And it feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
It feels like we just married yesterday, right?
I can still remember when we had a lot of things to put together.
Yeah.
You know, to go with the traditional wedding.
Oh my
How
god.
stressful it was.
Oh my god. It's crazy. Our story is wild.
Yeah.
Maybe we are going to talk about it some other time if you guys are interested in. But today I just thought we do a video talking about the 8 things we have learned in the past 8 years being married. You know, obviously we've learned a lot of things, but these are the 8 things that stood out for us. Yeah. My name is Acha Zita, a makeup artist and a personal development coach. I've been married to this man for 8 years. Obviously, it's like becoming.
My name is Eric, and I'm a freelance photographer, and I've been married to this amazing and beautiful woman next to me for the past 8 years, not 8 months.
I know.
8 years.
I know.
And it feels like this,
right?
I feel like I want I don't know how to say it. I feel like it passed by so fast. I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I love her like crazy.
Oh, I love you too. What is it like being married? What's marriage like for you?
Well, it's a very very beautiful experience.
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful experience, and I know there's a lot, that happens in marriages, and people have their various notions about marriage and the ups and downs.
I know.
And, but it is part of the marriage. Marriage is a whole package, and I think that I have had so much experiences, being married than when I was single. And I really I love the experiences. Really, I love them. Some of them were crazy, but the upsides outweigh the crazy parts. So what about you? How's it been?
Okay. So marriage for me has been beautiful. It's a very beautiful experience, especially you make it easy and not not so stressful. But it's been a learning experience. It's been a discovery. Like you wake up new layers. Like it's in layers. Like you discover new things every day, and part of it is something I dreamt of. I knew it was gonna be nice. It's gonna be this. But the other side are things that I discover, like it's complete different from what I'd imagined, not in a bad way, but I'm just like, oh, so this was not it, Like for example, I used to think that when you're married to someone, obviously someone you really love, but in marriage, I discovered that there are days that you just want your space for yourself.
That's true.
And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know about this. I discovered that in marriage. And so it's a discovery, but then it's a very beautiful experience. I've loved it. I love being married. I'm happy that I got married, even at a very young age. It takes work.
A lot of work.
Yeah, the rewards are immeasurable. It's worth every effort.
That's true.
So that's it for me.
So what are the 8 things that we have learned?
So I'm gonna say my 8.
Oh my God. I'm gonna say your 8.
I'm gonna say my 8. You say your 8. But okay.
What if your 8 is my 8?
Oh, okay. So okay, let's do it this way. If I'm sure we have different points. We have things that maybe might be different for me as a woman. So if we have those things, fine. If we have common grounds, it's okay. Okay, so you go first.
I should go first.
Or ladies
Ladies
first.
first, gentlemen.
He does this always. He do this always. Don't do this.
No,
Okay.
you should go first.
Okay, so the first for me is marriage and love is a choice. You choose to be married, you choose to love someone, you choose to wake up each day and make a decision that you want to be married or stay married to this person.
Yeah.
I wake up every morning with that decision to be like, I want to stay married, I love marriage, and I'm going to make it work. So it's a choice. Love is a choice. It's not some blanket that falls on you and keeps you cozy all through. It's a choice, it's a decision that you make every single day to keep working against all odds, to keep improving, to keep making it better.
Yeah, that's true. So as for me, of course, vulnerability is a very big one for me. You know, that's something that I got to understand in marriage. You know, before getting into marriage, especially as men, you know, we have our things, you know, have our guy stuff that we don't share with women, we don't share with girls, you know, because it's very intimate and it's very personal for us, you know. And when you get married, you know, like in my case, I don't know, before I got married, I didn't have so many friends. So when I got married, I discovered that the relationship I had with my wife, you know, it was too, it was so strong. The bond that we created was so strong to the point that she was my best friend, like as she still is, you know. So we talk about everything, you know, and it was very important for me, you know, to be able to express myself.
Yeah.
You know, like they always say, if you cry, it means you're weak as a man.
Yeah.
If you express yourself as a man to a woman, suck it up, you know, be tough. I mean, those things. Well, to me, I believe that it was easier for me, you know, to have the conversations with you, and then, you know, adding to that, she's a personal development coach. So, you know, I'm so blessed, really. Trust me. I mean, I couldn't believe if I was talking to somebody else. And when I have these conversations with her, you know, she it's like she sheds light on them. You know, she's like, I'm like, I was worried about this thing, and then she says, no, I didn't say anything wrong. You know, I think it's okay. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah.
Yeah. So
you know,
yeah. If it's to talk.
So I just like, whew. So I've been stressing all along. Meanwhile, I could just talk to you about it.
Yeah, like seriously, the topic of vulnerability is something that I told you the other day that that's one of the best gifts you've given me. You know, the gift of being vulnerable, the gift of expressing yourself and really being emotional, bringing me in, putting yourself out there, you know, to say exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
Breaking the stereotypes of I have to be tough, I'm the man, men don't do this, men don't show weakness, men are supposed to be like this, you know. But in our relationship, I've seen you cry, you know. You've just taken me into those moments that I feel so blessed.
Yeah.
I feel so. I'm so happy that you brought me in like that. You know, because those are things that are rare. The best gift I think a man can give to the world or to the people that they care about is vulnerability. We don't get to see that often. We don't get to see that. You see men and the masculinity like tough always. You never know when things are not going well, but just those moments when you say, babe, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm losing it here. I feel like I need help here. It doesn't make you weak.
No, not at all.
I instead see it as strength.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, let me cut it short. Like, it's just like with our kids, you know. If I have a tough day, when I come back, I tell them.
Yeah.
Today has been a very tough day for me, and the photo shoot. You know, it was so hard for me to take the pictures. The sun was so hot, or whatever. You know, and when I tell them these things, they get to understand that it's okay.
It's okay.
That there are days when you're not gonna get it right.
That's true.
You know, rather than come back and tell them that today I rocked it, and then tomorrow in their own, when they face their own real world,
Yeah.
and then they're like, oh my God, my daddy used to do it perfectly.
Perfectly.
He never
Now
complained.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to my kids like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's strength in being vulnerable.
In being vulnerable. That's something you've shown us. To me as a wife, to our boys, they know that, and sometimes they're like, I remember Liam would say, Daddy, use your mind, tell your mind you can do it.
Yeah.
Because he knows that sometimes it's okay not being okay. And sometimes things are hard and it's okay to express it. Thank you so much. And that's also mine. I'm not stealing your point. I'm not stealing your point, trust me.
I know, it's fine. I mean, you're welcome to steal my point. I don't mind. I'm sure they don't mind either.
Yeah, okay. So my second point is was supposed to be vulnerability too. Because that's something that for so long I felt like telling someone or putting yourself out there was hard, because it's going to make you feel a certain type of way, or just because we live in a society where you tell somebody I'm weak here, and then tomorrow they use your weakness against you.
Yeah.
And because of that, we tend to shield or shut down our emotions, our feelings. We don't express ourselves to the max. And I feel like one of the main reasons that we get to be vulnerable is because we built a safe space for us. Yeah, you built a safe space for me to be able to just be like, you know what, unfiltered, undiluted, and just be 100% me. In my weakness, in my tears, I cry always, I'm a wreck, and you just embrace it. You let me know it's okay.
My God, yeah.
You understand? You created that space for me. And yeah, one thing is I've learned that vulnerability is very helpful. It's essential, because people your spouse or your partner gets to know you for you, and they can better serve you.
That's
you
true.
understand? You bring me in, and then now I know that, okay, this is where you need help with, this is where you need more love, more support, and it makes you, it's a key to a very happy marriage and a happy life. That's as true. An individual, because if I'm going through something and I feel I want to be tough, I don't get help. How does that make me happy?
Yeah.
You understand?
It's just like coming back from work after having a stressful day. And then what happens is, instead of you being vulnerable, you put up a wall.
Yeah.
You understand? Now you can't let anybody in because you don't want them to know that you messed up at work, And then now you have to be like, they ask you, how was work today? You just give this crazy answer, and then they're like, okay. So that's you bringing that stuff, which you would have just been like, babe, today was a very tough day. It was crazy. I wasn't able to deliver to the client. Yeah. And then she gets into your wall. Yeah. And then she cheers you up.
Yeah. And sometimes
and it's like a release.
And sometimes you just needed something so little. You just needed that small encouragement. Oh, it's okay. It's going to be fine. Oh, what happened? What did you think went wrong? You understand? And you find a solution from that. And so let's not forever, because...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Vulnerability, we can talk about this the whole day.
The whole day. So let's move to the next point.
Okay, and then also another big thing that I learned in marriage is that marriage is a teamwork.
Oh my goodness.
See, a marriage without a teamwork mentality mindset is a very, very difficult marriage.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Tell me about it.
I mean, just imagine, for example, that, okay, like for me, I know that if my wife is making a decision and then I don't understand that decision, you understand, we're going to get into trust. But just because I trust her, I know that she's not going to make a decision that is going to make us fail. Yeah. Because we're in the same team, bro.
Yeah, and we have each other's best interests at heart. Yeah.
So I just have to trust that the decision that she's taking, which I don't understand, which I might not understand at that point.
At that moment.
I'm also, and of course, after it always, I'm like, oh, I get it. I understand why you took this decision. Yeah. You understand? I'm like, wow, babe, thanks for doing that. And then even sometimes, like, maybe if we get into a small, maybe argument, it's like, okay, if her voice is up, what I do is I just wait and listen. You understand? And then I'm like, okay, I cannot be in the same space as her because I don't know what what happened before she
got into
that space. So I'm not going to join her in the space. I'm going to be a teammate and stay in this space and stay grounded. It's not like shut her down, but just try to listen and then just wait, give it some time, and then we can talk about this after. Why? Because I have to make sure that the team doesn't go out of hand. People shouldn't be coming in here and then I'm behaving all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
That's me selling the team out, and they're not on our team.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I don't know if I explained it well.
Yeah, that's something that you have reiterated.
Yeah.
And over the years, I've really gotten a deeper understanding of what teamwork is. You constantly tell me, Zita, remember, it's us against the world. It's not me against you.
Yeah.
And that has played an immense role in our relationship, because when things start going haywire, or when I see that he did something wrong, like he said, or my voice is going up, he understands that, there is a problem. The problem is not you. The problem is not Eric. The problem is not Zita. There is an issue. So we stick together and face that issue.
Correct.
Rather than
Well
go
said.
heads on each other. We are a team. So whatever thing is coming, it's me and you on one side against that thing.
Correct.
And that has helped us, because even when, like we said, we still say it, like, if things are not going well, I know that he will not intentionally wants to hurt me.
No.
You will not intentionally wake up and want to go and make a decision that ruins the entire family.
No.
So I understand that it's for the betterment of our team or for us. Yeah, and that it has worked and it has helped us not let things escalated or just like kept us grounded, knowing that we are together and we have to make it work. No one is coming on from the outside to get it done for us. We are in this together and it's upon us to make it work.
Correct.
Yeah. Yes, babe. One thing that I have learned is marriage is not one size fits all.
No. Oh my God. It's not. Oh my God. Okay, wait. About that, right? I'm just going to say something. That is very, very... I'm sorry that I have to steal your point.
It's okay. It's okay.
See, when I got married, I thought that there is a book that I'm supposed to read, that everybody's reading about marriage. And I had to take what the book says, word for word, and apply it on my wife.
Ooh.
That was a big failure. For 3 years, I was like, I've done everything. I've done this, I've done that. The book said this, the book said that.
Yeah,
but she's not happy.
I was told that you have to do this. So why you? Why?
I did what's wrong? I've done it. Like, I was like, what's your problem? And then after that, I got to understand that that everybody, like she said, it's not one size fits all. What worked for those people might not work for our marriage. So that's when I had to take it slow, sit down.
Yeah.
And then we had the conversations. What do you like?
Yeah.
We started, it's almost like,
hi, went back to ground zero. Hello, I'm Eric, wasn't it?
What do you like? What do you hate? How do you want to be treated?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I know.
That was a big one in my face.
I know. And the same for me because, see guys, let me tell you something. It's just like the things we are saying here. You might take some and it works for you. It's no guarantee, because you are not married to Eric. Your name is not Zita.
No.
So, I got into marriage with a lot of preconceived ideas. A lot of preconceived ideas. This is what a woman is supposed to do. This is what a man is supposed to do. This is what, like, all of these things. But maybe I'm okay. Let me not talk as a personal development coach now. Like, going back to what do you want as a person? Because what you want as a person will also determine the things you do or expect in a relationship, which you are not even supposed to go into it with expectations. But with all of those things, I wasn't doing, those ideas did not align with who I was as a person. and then I have to do these things, and it got to a point. It's frustrating because
and there might be really good ideas.
There might be really good ideas, but it doesn't work for you. You know. Now let me say this: there were things that the society, my family, or I saw my mom did that I knew women have to do that. I cannot state any particular example, but as a person, I was like, these things, I don't derive any joy from it. You know, I don't, there is no joy here. And my husband doesn't even fancy them. Why then do I place a lot of priority on this? And then I'm not happy. And if I'm supposed to be in this marriage for a very long time, I cannot start like this, else I'm going to get worn out, drained, and tired. And that's why you see, it gets to a point in marriage, people are just tired. They are just tired because they have been struggling and pushing. You understand?
Yeah.
And it's not going. And then you wake up tired, drained, and then you're like, you know what? I'm tired, I'm done, I'm not doing anything. Or you just get to that point where the marriage is stilled. So we had to do a lot of redefinition.
Yeah.
We had to redefine what a happy marriage was for us.
Yeah.
I had to stop what men love to what my man loves.
And what my woman loves.
Because I cannot go and do what I'm not married to every man. I'm married to one man. So I raised my focus to one man. And that became easier. You know, like he was saying, he did a bunch of beautiful things. But those were not things that...
Yeah, to her...
To me, it was like...
Yeah, it was okay.
It was
that was not the thing.
But that was not the thing. And I remember some years after, and it was like, babe, you too. Like, really? I'm like, yeah, I'm not
them.
I'm not them. And it was like, so I just did not need to do too much. I'm like, yeah, that's the problem.
Sometimes you have to do too much.
You were told to, like, you have to do this and this. I don't need too much. And it was crazy. We laughed about it. And going forward, it's been about, what can I do to make you happy? What can you do to make me happy? And we have defined marriage in our way, in our term, and it's working for us. I don't need to go and make my sister happy or my brother happy or my mom or my dad happy, because I'm not going to be living with them. You know, we have created, and we are living in our own bubble. We are doing stuff our way, and it works for us, and we are happy, because at the end of the day, you want to be happy in that relationship, you want to be happy in that marriage.
That's very
Forever
important.
is too long to be sad. You know, I say that a lot, and some people feel like you are just being petty. No, not petty. You are being, what? I don't know the word for it, but
yeah, it's okay.
Forever is too long for you to be sad.
It's too long.
You want to be happy. You want to be excited. I want to wake up the next day excited to be with this person. I don't want to wake up feeling like, oh my God, another day.
Oh man.
So.
Thank God that that's not the case.
So we had to do a lot of redefinition, doing stuff our way, and changing. Like I said, I had to change the mindset of one size fits all. This is what a woman is supposed to do. This is what the man is supposed to do. I cannot expect Peter from Paul. I cannot expect certain things from another. Like, it's Eric. I can only deal with Eric as Eric. So I had to start shaping, cutting, pruning here and there, and narrowing it to us. Okay,
so another thing that I learned, you know, in marriage is that, of course, this is not like a one size fits all, you know, like my wife was saying, but trust is very, very important, you know. And that goes back to, like she said, your values. What do you want? You understand? If you are together with somebody that your values, you know, are like, it's not going to be perfect, like what? Yeah, of course, that would be crazy if you guys have the same values at, you know, at every turn. But then it's easier to build trust, you know. And then from there, I know that if I'm out shooting, I know that she's home. If she's somewhere doing some work, I trust that she's doing whatever she's doing. You know, and still going back to the team. You know, she will not want to do something that's going to hurt the team. You know, so I trust that. You know, it's fine. You know, wherever she is, whatever she's doing, I don't have to worry about it. All I have to do is be 100%, zone in on what I am doing at that point in time.
Yeah.
Because energy is a very, very important thing. If your energy is being diversified in different directions when you're, especially as a creative, it shows in your work. You know.
Oh my God.
So I just go, put on my camera, and set up my lights, talk to my clients, and I just shoot, and I'm happy, and I know I'm coming home to a beautiful and happy and faithful wife. That's it.
Yeah.
You understand? And to me, that's a very, very big thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have something to say on that.
Yeah, like you said it basically almost all. Trust is built, and it's built from values. You know.
True.
One thing that kept me secured and built that trust for you was the values that brought me to you. The values that you have, because the foundation, it has to get to a point where it's not just what you do, the paper, the follow up, and the this and the that. No, I know you adhere to values that you uphold. That I don't need to be there. There is you believe in God. You believe in marriage. You believe in the sacrament of marriage, and that I know is higher than me looking at your phone, being there, and all of that. So I know you as someone that have built yourself. You are confident in yourself. You are confident of what you bring in the marriage, and all of that. But then there is a higher power there is a higher commitment that you uphold, that I trust, you know. So that is some of the things that build trust for me, you know. And see, trust is wild, because when you are not in a trustworthy relationship, it can be crazy. It drives you nuts. Do you know what it means for me to sit back and because I don't trust my husband and I have to worry? He is in the creative industry where 3/4 of his clients are females. Imagine I'm sitting here not trusting him. Either he's going to be a terrible photographer, our marriage is going to crumble, or I'm going to be a very unhappy woman. Colors.
That's very
point blank. Trust is not just for the relationship, it's for the individual and then for the relationship.
Correct.
So we had to build trust, and that's a big one. Another thing I have wished to, the first I can put this as the first.
It's okay, say it.
Is putting God at the center of our relationship.
Of course, that's like the first.
The first thing I have.
That should be the first.
Yes. The first thing I have learned in marriage is put God first.
Correct.
And I'm so happy that we met in a space where we were introduced to, I cannot say introduced to God because I grew up in a Christian environment, but where I could say I gave my life to Christ, or I became like mirroring Christ, was where you two encountered God like that. So our foundation was like God in the middle of it all. And you are my prayer partner. We pray, we talk about God, we build a relationship with God, you know, putting God at the center of your marriage, knowing that your marriage is also in the mind of God. There is a vision that your marriage has to accomplish, you know, and knowing that your marriage was also part of God's plan.
She's talking about our marriage also.
He when he was
creating... my wife, the personal development coach in her is very teaching. It's alright.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So having that understanding that our marriage was also part of God's plan is something that I know this marriage has to work to fulfill purpose. And he knows that this marriage has to work to fulfill purpose. Definitely. We do it for one another, we do it for God. You know, so having that at the center of it, or at the core, being the foundation, has helped us a lot. And that's one thing I know I have learned. I know there is no way outside of that. I've tried it did not work. And you know, God at the center of your marriage. Very
important.